Your attention to the field and join Director of Athletics Steve Maniaci for a special presentation. Last Sunday here at Husky Field, HBU rallied for 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to defeat Fordham 7-6. The win marked the 307th career victory for head coach Jared Moon, making him the all-time winningest baseball coach in HBU history. Mr. Maniaci is presenting him with a commemorative baseball to mark this significant achievement in this, his 12th season at the helm of his alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show our appreciation for HBU head coach Jared Moon.
And welcome back to Husky Field, just about ready for the start of the second game of this doubleheader. Russ Renault bringing you all the action this afternoon here at Husky Field. This doubleheader between HBU and Rhode Island. Huskies took the first game of this doubleheader by a score of 10-2. Huskies now 4-2 on the season. Rhode Island falls to 2-3. Here are the starting lineups for the second game. First for the visiting Rams. Leading off and playing left field is Greg Cavalier. Batting second, playing center field is Mike Foley. Batting third, the second baseman, Chris Hess. Batting fourth, the catcher, Martin Figueroa. Batting fifth, the DH, Sonny Uliana. Batting sixth and playing third base is Matt O'Neill. Batting seventh at first base is Alex Santos. And batting eighth, the right fielder, Jesse Lee. Batting ninth and playing shortstop is Kevin Heiss. On the mound today for the Rams will be right-handed pitcher Matt Murphy. And for the Huskies, leading off and playing left field is Spencer Halloran. Batting second, the right fielder Brandon Brents. Batting third, the center fielder Joe Van Martyr. And batting cleanup, the first baseman Jake Pulchon. Batting fifth and catching will be Blake Thomas. Batting sixth, the DH Matt Heck. And batting seventh, the third baseman Elijah Simon. Batting eighth and playing second base is Jack Fitzgerald. And batting ninth, the shortstop Tyler DePretta Johnson. On the mound today for the Huskies is right-hander Dan Inslee. Umpires for the day, now behind home plate, is Phil Bohannon. At first base is Greg Tucker, and at third base is Rob Heckendorn. So Dan Inslee making his second start for HBU this season. His first start against Fordham last week. Took a no decision. Gave up 3 runs on 7 hits, struck out 7, didn't walk anybody. So no record, 5.40 ERA. Inslee 6'5", 225, a sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada. Went to Spring Valley High School, spent 1 season at Hawaii Pacific and 1 season at Saddleback. Will face Greg Cavalier here to lead it off for Rhode Island. Cavalier in the first game went 1 for 3 and scored a run. Inslee starts him off with the ball. Now there's ball 2 low. So swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Cavalier. He's hitting .400 on the season now. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. 2-1 pitch. Misses up high. That is a fastball down the middle, and the count's now 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way. That misses up high, and a leadoff walk for Cavalier.
Center fielder number 6, Mike Foley.
It'll be Mike Foley batting in the 2 spot now. Squares to bunt, pulls it back and takes ball 1 inside. Foley did not play in the first game. Squares to bunt here and takes strike 1. Inslee with a 1-1. Foley squared to bunt, pulled it back, but took strike 2. Now 1-2. Cavalier, the runner at first. A swing and a foul back. Foley stays alive. Down the count 1-2 to Inslee. A throw over. Pretty close play over at first. Another throw. 1-2 pitch on the way, misses up and away, even up the count on Foley. Two-two pitch, a line drive, a base hit into left field for Foley. Now it brings up Chris
Second
Hess.
baseman, number 7, Chris Hess.
Hess went 3 for 4 in the first game. Now hitting .421 on the season. 2 triples, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. First pitch on the way to Hess, swung on and fouled back. Fly ball to right field. Brandon Brent's drifting over. Cavalier is going to tag at second and head to third. He is in there safely.
Catcher, number 22, Martin Figueroa.
So runners on the corners now with 1 out. And Martin Figueroa at the plate. One of 3 switch hitters in the lineup. Cavalier, the leadoff batter over at third. He is one of them. Figueroa. Kevin Heiss, the number 9 hitter. Jesse Lee will also be batting from the left side, straight left-handed hitter. There's a ground ball to third. Elijah Simon comes up with it for 1, and then over to first for the double play. 5-4-3 double play to get out of the inning for Dan Ensley. Elijah Simon with a great backhanded stop, threw it over to Jack Fitzgerald, then on over for the double play. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score. Huskies coming to bat. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Are you a graduate of Houston Baptist University? Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
Go to the bottom of the first inning here at Husky Field. Rams put a couple of runners on the corners with 1 out. But a nice double play turned by the Huskies to end the inning. Here in the first will be Spencer Halloran, Brandon Brents, and Joe Van Martyr to lead it off for HBU. Pitcher on the mound for Rhode Island, junior right-hander Matt Murphy, 6'1", 175 from Wakefield, Rhode Island, Assumption High School. The defense for Murphy, his battery mate is Figueroa. Across the infield, Santos at first, Hess at second, Heiss at short, and O'Neill at third, Cavalier in left, Foley in center, and Lee in right. So it'll be Spencer Halloran to lead it off for HBU. Spencer 3 for 4 with a double and a triple. 5 driven in the first game. Big rip at the first pitch and a swing and a miss. Spencer hitting .375 on the year now. 2 doubles, 2 triples, a home run. Leads the Huskies with 10 RBIs and 6 runs scored. So a breaking ball in the inside corner for a strike. So Murphy ahead in the count now, 0-2. Murphy with the pitch, comes inside, misses for ball 1. So basically a brand new lineup for URI head coach Rafael Serrato this game. Only mainstays, Cavalier in left, Hess at second, Figueroa the catcher. O'Neill did start the first game at third. There's a drive into left field and another base hit for Spencer Halloran. Leadoff single here for the Huskies.
Number 2, Brandon Brents.
That brings up Brandon Brents. Brandon 1 for 5 in game 1 with a walk. Brandon on the year now, .222 the average. 3 doubles, 2 driven in, and 5 runs scored. O'Neill is in on the grass at third. Brandon squares the bunt, went around for strike 1. The 0-1 to Brent, squared again. Takes ball 1 high. Murphy checks the runner at first. Now comes that runner goes. Swinging a foul back. Brent's down the count 1-2. Brandon, senior right fielder from Murrieta, California. Murrieta High School and Cypress College. Throw over to first. Halloran leaning the wrong way and just gets back in safely. Another throw over. There's a pitch out, pitch up and away, and it's 2-2 to Brents. Two-two pitch. Brandon with the swing and another foul back. Murphy with the pitch and a ground ball through the right side and a base hit for Brents. Halloran will move up to second.
Center fielder number 29, Joe Van Marder.
So the first 2 runners on. Base hits for the Huskies and Joe Van Marder coming to the plate. Joe 1 for 4 with a run scored in the first game. Hitting .250 on the season with a double, 2 home runs, 5 driven in, and 5 scored. Now both corner infielders in. Joe squares to bunt and takes strike 1. Santos in further on the grass. Now O'Neill even with the bag at third. Van Marter squares to bunt, gets it down. The pitcher fields it. Only play is to first. The throw is low and gets past the second baseman, Hess. That's going to score Halloran. Brent's being waved home. So the Huskies score a pair of runs on the sacrifice bunt by Van Marter and the error on the pitcher. So Van Marter gets credit for the sacrifice bunt.
Baseman number 40, Jake Pulshan.
He moves up to second. Brent scores. Halloran also scores. Strike 1 to Jake Pulshan. Trying to figure out the scoring on that play. They sent Brandon Brents back to third. So only 1 run scored on the play. Now runners at second and third. And a 1-1 count on Pulshan. The fly ball to right. Lee is going back, makes the catch. Both runners tagging. Brents will score. Van Marter moving over to third, and now it's 2-0.
Catcher number 35, Blake Thomas.
First entry of Psychology 101. Dysfunctional. Yeah, don't you bring me nothing stupid. If you don't want me to lose it, step back.
So Van Marter at third and Blake Thomas at the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning, and HBU out to a 2-0 lead. Strike 1 on the inside corner to Thomas. Infielders are in for the Rams. Everybody on the edge of the grass. Murphy with the pitch. Swing and a pop-up. That will get out of play, and Thomas down the count, 0-2. Blake did not appear in the first game, getting a break from behind the plate. Jake Pulshan started the first game at catcher. Yesterday, Blake went 3 for 4, drove in all 4 runs for HBU. Swings and misses at that pitch. A strikeout for Murphy for the second out.
The designated hitter number 5, Matt Heck.
Now that'll bring up junior DH Matt Heck. Matt 1 for 3 with a triple, an RBI, and 3 runs scored in the first game. Pops it up on the first pitch here. First baseman Santos is called off by the second baseman Hess, who makes the catch for the out. So the Huskies score a pair of unearned runs here in the bottom of the first and lead it 2-0. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
The real story is I'm in here every morning, and if could sample just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group. So.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
We're in the top of the second inning here of the second game of a doubleheader between HBU and Rhode Island. Huskies out to a 2-0 lead.
Rams designated hitter number 35, Sonny Oleana.
Huskies got back-to-back singles to lead off the first inning by Spencer Halloran and Brandon Brent's. Jovan Martyr laid down a sacrifice bunt. A throwing error by the pitcher Murphy allowed Halloran to score. Then Brent scored on a sac fly by Jake Pulshawn. Strike one from Dan Ensley. Sonny Uliana is the batter. Went 0 for 3 in the first game. Now hitting .389, a double, a triple, 4 driven in, 2 runs scored. And a slider for a strike on the inside corner. So Inslee heading the count now 1-2. So Inslee gone into his motion. Uliana called time late. Inslee not real happy about that. Wanted to work quickly. Now the 1-2 pitch. A chopper to second. Fitzgerald is there. Comes up with it. Throw over to first. In time for the out. That'll bring up the third baseman, Matt O'Neill.
Third baseman, number 9.
Saw his first action of the season in the first game. Got the start at third. Went 2 for 4. So rewarded with another start here in the second game. One of those hits was a double. And that breaking ball just misses off the inside corner. 1-0 to O'Neill. Fastball down low for a ball. Two-0 pitch, a ground ball to short. Tyler DePretta Johnson up with it. Throw over to Pulshawn for the second out.
First baseman, number 16, Alex Santos.
Brings up Alex Santos. Saw him as a pinch hitter in the first game. Went 0 for 1. First pitch from Inslee misses high. That fastball skips in front of home plate. 2-0 now to Santos. Santos batting .600 on the year. He's 3 for 5 with an RBI. Ahead in the count of Inslee here, 2-0. 2 outs and nobody on. Dan winds and deals. And that's down low. 3 straight balls now to Santos. Fastball in the inner part. In there for strike 1. comes a swing and a miss. Count goes full to Santos. Payoff pitch on the way. Chopper back up the middle. Fitzgerald's there. Backhands it. The throw over to first in time as Pulshon digs it out. 1-2-3 inning for Inslee. We head to the bottom half of the second. HBU 2, Rhode Island nothing. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Excuse me, is that your Diet Pepsi?
Sophia Vergara. Hi, yeah, this is my Diet Pepsi. I love Diet Pepsi.
Do you love every sip?
Nothing is better than drinking a refreshing Diet Pepsi and just reveling in its crisp, delicious taste.
Well, you know what they say. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
So I should set this Diet Pepsi free and wait for it to come back. Then it'll be more delicious than ever. Would you hold my Diet Pepsi for me?
I'd love to.
Thank you. What happens now?
Go, get out of here. It can't come back to you if you're standing next to it.
Thanks, Sophia. I'll wait for you, Diet Pepsi.
The only thing better than an ice-cold Diet Pepsi is a free ice-cold Diet Pepsi.
Love every sip at dietpepsi.com.
Russ Renault back here at Husky Field. HBU with a 2-0 lead over Rhode Island. Be Elijah Simon to lead it off for the Huskies. Don't know if there's an injury issue with Austin Zellweger, but he came out of the first game. Simon replaced him. Now gets a start here in game 2. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch from Murphy. Now the 0-1, driven deep down the left field line, and that one hooks foul. So Murphy hung a slider. Elijah hammered it, but just went foul. So 0-2 the count on the freshman. It's from Angleton, Texas. His twin brother Jeremy also on the team. That pitch upstairs for a ball. Oh, 2 from Murphy. Swung on and missed. Simon goes down swinging.
Second baseman, number 10.
That'll bring up Jack Fitzgerald. Junior second baseman from Mason City, Iowa. Jack went 1 for 4 with an RBI in the first game. Drives this one to left center. Foley moves over and makes the catch for the second out.
Shortstop, number 3, Tyler DePretta Johnson.
Now the batter will be junior shortstop Tyler DePretta Johnson. It's from Rancho Santa Margarita, California, Trabuco Hills High School. Murphy with the pitch, missing inside for a ball. Both pitchers, Murphy and Inslee, each work pretty quickly. Inslee a little bit faster than Murphy. Pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count to DePretta Johnson with 2 outs. Swung on, fouled back. DePretta Johnson, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored in the first game. Tyler smashes that one foul down the left side. Tyler hitting now .333 on the season. 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Murphy into the windup, the 1-2. Breaking ball, a swing and a miss, gets DePretta Johnson. Now we head to the third inning. HBU 2, Rhode Island nothing. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Don't mess with Texas. I ain't gonna say it again. No way, not the highway. Better put that trash in a can. Don't mess with Texas. Don't you throw that trash on the road. Don't you disrespect us. Don't mess with Texas. Howdy, everybody. Kevin Fowler here, reminding you to put that trash in a can. Don't mess with Texas, y'all.
Brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's so nimble and fluid, but sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our renowned Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
Top of the third inning at Husky Field. HBU leading Rhode Island 2-0. Huskies getting 2 unearned runs in the bottom of the first inning. Dan Inslee will face Jesse Lee, Kevin Heiss, and Greg Cavalier here in the third inning, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Rams. Jesse Lee, left-handed batter against the right-hander Inslee. Squared to bunt, takes ball 1 outside. One 0 pitch, driven to right. Brents is there and makes the catch for the first out.
The shortstop, number 1, Kevin Heiss.
Kevin Heiss, the shortstop, switch hitter, making his second start of the season. It's 0 for 2 on the year and lifts this one to left, right at Halloran. Spencer makes the catch for the out. Back to the top of the order, and Greg Cavalier.
Number 3, Greg Cavalier.
Walked his first time up. Stranded at third on an inning-ending double play. Strike 1 from Inslee. And a slider on the outer edge for strike 2. So Dan working ahead in the count here. This a quick worker. Inslee back at it, the 0-2. That one just misses off the plate for ball 1. The 1-2 to Cavalier. Fights that one off. Slices it towards the Huskies dugout on the third base side. The 1-2 from Inslee. Swing and a miss as a strikeout. The first of the game for Dan.
All right.
We head to the bottom of the third inning. HBU 2, Rhode Island nothing. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my groups.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
Spencer Halloran to lead it off for the Huskies here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, facing Matt Murphy. Spencer 1 for 1, singled his first time up and came around to score. Takes strike 1 here from Murphy. Scored on a throwing error by Murphy. Takes that pitch down low and in for ball 1. Murphy into the windup in the 1-1. Misses inside. Halloran ahead in the count. Two-one pitch. Halloran smashes it into left. And he is 2 for 2 on the here in this game.
The right fielder,
after
number
going
2,
3 for
Brandon
4 in the first game. Brings up Brandon Brents with another leadoff runner on. Brandon followed with a single through the right side his first time up. O'Neill, the third baseman, in on the grass. Brent swings away, smashes one down the right side and out of play. Murphy from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Goes off speed. Gets Brents out in front of it. Swing and a miss for the 0-2 count. Brent's down the count 0-2. Halloran the runner at first. Nobody out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Pitch on the way from Murphy. Brandon spoils that one. Chopper towards the right side. Fielded by the second baseman Hess. Race to the bag. And Murphy gets over there to cover. So Halloran moves up to second on the chopper by Brents.
Number 29, Joe Van Marder.
Brings up Joe Van Marder. Laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. The throwing error on Murphy allowed Van Marder to reach safely and allowed a run to score. Strike 1 on the outside corner to Joe. Murphy sets, checks the runner at second, and that pitch misses high. Even the count at 1 on Van Marder. Murphy with the 1-1 pitch. Misses low and away for ball 2. And Martyr ahead in the count, 2-1. And breaking ball on the inside edge. Called the strike to even the count at 2-2. A swing and a miss for the second out for the Rams here in the bottom of the third.
First baseman, number 40, Jake Sean.
That'll bring up Jake Fulshon. And a sacrifice fly in his first at bat. Drove in the Huskies' second run. Takes a slider for a strike. Murphy with the pitch. Fastball misses just off the outer edge. It's a 1-1 to Fulshon. Jake hitting .412. Now 2 RBIs on the season. Scored 5 runs. 1-1 pitch. Taken down low for a ball. Two-one pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Take a look at the Southland Conference scoreboard in the next inning. Most of the games are underway now. Also have a couple of final scores. 2-2 pitch. Fulshon fouls that one away. Stays alive with a 2-2 count. 2 outs, bottom of the third inning. HBU with a 2-0 lead here in game 2. Huskies won the first game 10-2. Murphy sets and another 2-2 pitch on the way. Up and in on Fulshon. He hit by a pitch for the second time today. That one right off the top of the wrist. In the first game, he had to show the home plate umpire that he had been hit on the wrist and not on the hand, which would have been a foul ball. But that was a hit by pitch in the first game. And this one here puts runners at first and second with 2 outs for Blake Thomas. Blake struck out his first time up. Swings and misses the first pitch from Murphy. Blake got a break in the first game. Fulshon was the catcher for that one. The 0-1 on the way. Chopper to short. Heiss has it, shovels it to Hess for the force out at second. That will end the inning, and we head to the fourth. HBU 2, Rhode Island nothing. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Coming to you in Living Cola.
The joy of cola.
refreshing Pepsi Cola from the wonderful folks who put the R in cola.
Go to the top of the fourth inning. Russ Renault welcoming you in on the Husky Sports Network. Whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on the Legacy Sports Network, we appreciate you visiting HBUHuskies.com and following HBU baseball today. Get started with the Southland Conference scoreboard. It's a busy one as most of the games are underway now. There's one other final besides the Huskies' 10-2 victory in the first game. Central Arkansas, 6-1 winner over Eastern Illinois. Troy and New Orleans tied up 2-2, top of the 12th inning in New Orleans. Central Michigan leading Incarnate Word 9-4 in the top of the 5th inning in San Antonio. Be Mike Foley to lead it off for Rhode Island. Here in the 4th inning against Inslee. Takes ball one inside and then fouls a pitch off to even the count. Foley singled his first time up. Now hitting .429 on the year. Slider on the inside corner for strike two. Lamar leading Fairfield 9-4, top of the 6th inning in Beaumont. Breaking ball, chopper to short. DePretta Johnson can't come up with it, and that's an error on DePretta Johnson.
Second baseman, number 7, Chris Hess.
First error of the year on the Husky shortstop. That hop just ate him up, and Foley is aboard. A throw over to first. Foley's back in safely. Foley 2 for 3 on stolen base attempts this season. That pitch just misses to Hess. Chris Hess, the batter, flied out his first time up. And pops this one up on the left side. Simon and DePretta Johnson moving over. And Simon just makes that catch. A little adventurous pop-up.
Catcher, number 22, Martin Figueroa.
Might not have mattered either way if he had caught it or not. If he hadn't caught it, he would have just had to throw over to second to force out Foley. Nonetheless, he makes the catch for the first out. That brings up Martin Figueroa. Breaking ball misses outside. Figueroa grounded into a 5-4-3 double play to end the first inning. So he's 0 for 1. The 1-0 pitch with runner going, and that's a hit and run single through the left side. Throw to third is not in time. So Foley makes it all the way to third. A base hit by Figueroa. Tyler DePretta Johnson had moved over towards second base to
number 35, Sonny
take a throw on the stolen base attempt. And Figueroa slapped it through the spot that DePretta Johnson had vacated. So runners on the corners for Sonny Uliana. One out in the top of the 4th inning. HBU with a 2-0 lead. Slider on the inside corner for a strike. More scores around the Southland. North Dakota State leads Abilene Christian 1-0. Bottom of the third inning in Abilene. 23rd ranked Rice with a 4-2 lead over Southeastern Louisiana over across town. That's the bottom of the third. 0-1 pitch. Chopper towards the Huskies dugout. On the third base side, Inslee ahead in the count 0-2. Uliana grounded out to second base his first time up. That led off the second inning. UTSA with a 2-0 lead over Stephen F. Austin, top of the fourth inning in San Antonio. McNeese leads 15th ranked Arizona 1-0, top of the third inning out in Tucson. Oh, 2 pitch. Pop to right. Brinson's moving over towards the line in foul territory. Makes the catch. Runner tags. Throw home is caught by Thomas. The tag is applied and he's out. It's a double play to end the top of the fourth inning. Brandon Brents making a running catch in foul territory and then coming up gunning, and Blake Thomas applies the tag for the out. We head to the bottom of the fourth. HBU 2, Rhode Island nothing. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
At the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, we're dedicated to the dedicated, who lace up before sunrise, who don't let a hard hit keep them down, who want the ball when the game's on the line. So team up with the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute at Texas Medical Center, Memorial City, or the Woodlands, where our affiliated surgeons, specialists, and physical therapists offer all athletes the elite care they need to forge ahead.
What's it mean for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, to send someone to your job site? It means electricians that pass basic trigonometry, calculus, or algebra are sent to your job site. It means electricians familiar with OSHA compliance are sent to your job site. It means IBW electricians made a conscious decision to improve their life and the lives of others. What does it mean? It means everything. To be the best, hire the best.
The time is now to hire IBEW.
Exciting end to the top of the fourth inning. Sonny Uliana with a fly ball in foul territory down the right field line. Brandon Brent's coming over.
Leading off for your Huskies, the designated hitter, number 5.
Making the catch and throwing home to Blake Thomas to nail a runner at the plate for an inning-ending double play to keep the Rams off the scoreboard. It'll be Matt Heck to lead it off for the Huskies here in the bottom of the fourth inning against Matt Murphy. Takes the first pitch up and in. Heck popped up to second his first time up. That pitch misses high for ball 2. Continuing with the Southland Conference scoreboard, Central Arkansas leading Eastern Illinois 7-1, top of the fourth inning of the second game of their doubleheader in Conway. 2-0 pitch to Heck. That is in there for strike 1. Two-one pitch from Murphy. Swung on and lifted into center field. Foley moving over. Called off by the left fielder Cavalier. Makes the catch for the first out.
Third baseman, number 36, Elijah Simone.
So Elijah Simone at the plate for the Huskies. Fouls off the pitch from Murphy. So looking for his first hit as a Husky. Fouls that one off. Elijah struck out his first time up. Murphy winds and deals the 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner.
Second baseman, number 10, Jack.
Brings up Jack Fitzgerald. Jack flied out to center his first time up. Pitch misses up high for a ball. One other game in progress. Arkansas State leading Northwestern State 2-1, top of the third inning in Natchitoches. Pitch fouled off by Fitzgerald. Other games later on today. 13th ranked Louisiana at Sam Houston State. Wagner is at Nichols. Fairfield and Lamar, second game of their doubleheader. Central Michigan and Incarnate Word, second game of theirs as well. That pitch down low for a ball. And at 6 o'clock tonight, Missouri is at Texas A&M Corpus Christi at Whataburger Field. Fitzgerald steps out. Two-one pitch on the way. Popped up on the right side into shallow right. Hess, the second baseman, takes charge and makes the catch for the third out. We head to the top of the fifth inning. HBU 2, Rhode Island nothing. You're listening to Huskies baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
We know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Russ Renault back here at Husky Field. HBU with a 2-0 lead over Rhode Island. Dan Ensley on the mound for HBU. Will face Matt O'Neill, Alex Santos, and Jesse Lee. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Rams. Takes ball one low. And that pitch outside to O'Neill. Ball misses down and in, now 3-0. Ensley with the pitch. Coming on the inside corner for a strike. Pitch misses high, ball 4. Walk issued by Ensley.
First baseman, number 16, Alex Santos.
Brings up Alex Santos. Santos 0 for 1, grounded out to second his first time up. Inslee with the pitch. Santos showed bunt, pulled it back, and takes strike one. 50th pitch of the game for Inslee. Throwing 30 for strikes. There's a chopper just to the left of home plate. So now Santos behind in the count 0-2. Inslee sets, and now the pitch on the way. Ground ball to short. Tyler DePretta Johnson flips it to Fitzgerald for one and makes a one-handed, barehanded grab and over to first for a double play, the third of the game for the Huskies. Tyler DePretta Johnson was going back towards center field, flipped it to Fitzgerald high. He grabbed it with his bare hand and threw an off-balance throw over to Pulshon. The Huskies with another double play. Now there's two down and nobody out here in the fifth. Down and in to Lee for ball one. Now the 1-0 pitch, taken low for ball two. Lee flied out to right his first time up. That led off the third inning. He's 1 for 5 on the season. 2-0 pitch. Taken inside corner at the knees for a strike. Two-one pitch on the way. Missing down low for ball three. Three-one pitch. Outside for ball four. So third walk of the game issued by Inslee.
The shortstop, number 1, Kevin Heiss.
So bring up the shortstop, Kevin Heiss. Flied out to left his first time up. 0 for 3 on the year now. Squares the bunt, lays it down. That is foul on the left side. Pitch misses high and outside to even the count at 1 on Heiss. Inslee in the stretch. Runner bluffs going. The pitch is high for a ball. Throw over to first. Pretty close on the pickoff attempt, but Lee dives back in safely. And another throw over. Ball gets away from Pulshon as he blocks it. falls over Lee. So 2-1 the count on Heiss. 2 outs and a runner on at first. Throw over to first. Huskies leading 2-0, top of the 5th inning here in the second game of the doubleheader. Runner going this time. Throw down by Thomas. Not in time. A stolen base for Jesse Lee. There's a ball inside. So Lee now at second with 2 outs. Three-one pitch. Chopper towards second. Fielded by the first baseman, Pulshon. And the runner is safe. And Lee comes home on the play. So it's an infield single for Heiss. That scores Lee on the play. Head coach Jared Moon going over to talk to the first base umpire, Greg Tucker. So it goes down as an infield single for Heiss. And the runner is picked off. Heiss picked off by Inslee. But the Rams get on the board. It's 2-1 HBU heading to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Are you a graduate of Houston Baptist University? Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
Head to the bottom of the 5th inning. HBU with a 2-1 lead over Rhode Island.
Leading off for your Huskies, the shortstop, number 3, Tyler.
Be Tyler DePretta Johnson to lead it off for the Huskies. In the bottom of the 5th inning against Matt Murphy. So breaking ball in for a strike on DePretta Johnson. Tyler 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. Swings and pops this one up on the left side. Heiss and O'Neal going over. And it's Heiss making the catch in foul territory for the first out. And last inning.
Left fielder number 14, Spencer.
Got an infield single for Heiss. But the drop throw by Dan Inslee allowed the base runner to come around and score, so it's going to be an error on Inslee. The run is unearned. Now one out and the base is empty. Back to the top of the order with Spencer Halloran. Breaking ball in the inside corner for strike one. And a fastball in there for Murphy for strike two. So all 3 runs in this game have been unearned. Huskies scoring 2 unearned in the first inning. The Rams coming back with 1 in the top of the 5th. 0-2 pitch misses high. Murphy with the pitch. Halloran spoils that one, fouling it back. Now another 1-2 pitch. And Halloran with another foul ball on the right side. And Halloran staying alive with 2 strikes. Fouls off a 3rd straight pitch. And there's a breaking ball in the inside corner, strike 3. So strikeout looking for Matt Murphy. It's his 5th strikeout of the game. That brings up Brandon Brents with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch to Brandon. Off the plate for ball 1. And also misses outside. It's 2-0. Brandon 1 for 2 today. Singleton scored in the first inning. Hit a chopper towards second base in the 3rd inning. But Murphy came over to cover and just got Brents by a step. That pitch also outside, and it's 3-0. Brandon taking all the way. Takes it on the inside corner for strike 1. 3-1 the count now. Murphy winds and deals. Brents with a swing and a pop-up on the right side. Hess and Santos coming over. Santos, the first baseman, coming in, and he can't make the catch. Now the throw down to second is not in time. It's going to be an error on Santos, allowing Brents to reach.
Center fielder number 29, Joe Van Marder.
I have a visit out to the mound by pitching coach Kevin Vance, with Brents the runner at second now and Joe Van Marder the batter. So Joe Van Marder's the batter, 2 outs and a runner at second. Huskies leading 2-1, bottom of the 5th inning. Brents reaching on the error by the first baseman Santos. A pop up to the right side. Breaking ball. Called strike 1 to Van Marder. Pitch misses outside for ball one. Count evened up on Joe. Joe reached on an error in the first inning. Got credit for a sacrifice bunt. Struck out swinging in the third. Now the 1-1 pitch. That one is a called strike two. One-two pitch. Misses outside. Count evens up on Van Marter at 2-2. That pitch misses low and away, and the count goes full to Van Marter. Murphy has passed the 75 pitch mark here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Payoff pitch on the way. And Van Marter takes a called strike three, a late call from home plate umpire Phil Bohannon. That was a borderline call. That gets Murphy out of the inning. Head to the sixth inning, HBU 2, Rhode Island 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
The good news is America is coming back. More jobs, more building, more of what makes our country great. And more cities and towns, more small businesses and big corporations are choosing the highly skilled, highly trained members of the IBEW to do the work. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is committed to doing the job right, on time, safely. America is making a big comeback, and the IBEW is proud to do our part.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
First pitch by Dan Ensley here in the top of the sixth inning, and a strike to Greg Cavalier. Top of the order up here for the Rams. And Cavalier followed by Mike Foley and Chris Hess. 1-1 pitch. Low and away for a ball. The 2-1 from Ensley. Chopper to first base. Pulshawn has it. Steps on the bag for the out.
Center fielder number 6, Mike Foley.
Bring out Mike Foley. 1 for 2 today. It's a foul tip. One goes back into the mitt of Thomas. So 0-1 the count. Foley singled in the first inning. Reached on an error in the fourth. Fastball misses low and away for ball 2. No, misses up and in. Now 3-1 to Foley. Swinging a drive into center. Van Marter coming in. Makes the catch for the second out.
Second baseman, number 7, Chris Hess.
Now 2 outs and nobody on for Chris Hess, the Rams second baseman. 0 for 2 today. Flied out to right his first time up. Popped up to the third baseman in the 4th inning. Takes ball 1 outside from Inslee. Drives that one into center. A base hit in front of Van Marter, so Hess 1 for 3 here in the second game.
Catcher number 22, Martin Figueroa.
Hess has hit safely in all 3 games of this series, 1 for 4 in yesterday's win with an RBI. 3 for 4 in the first game of this doubleheader. Throw over to first. Pretty close. Inslee picked off Heist to end the 5th inning. Now facing Martin Figueroa. First pitch on the way. On the outside corner for a strike. Figueroa 1 for 2. Rounded into a double play to end the 1st inning. And singled in the 4th. Oh, 1 the count. Now the pitch on the way to Figueroa. Misses outside. Throw back down by Thomas to first is not in time. One pitch. Swung on by Figueroa. And fouled back. Inslee heading the count 1-2. Inslee comes set. Now the 1-2 pitch. Chopper towards second. Fitzgerald charging. Comes up with it, throws over to first in time for the out. Head to the bottom of the 6th inning. HBU 2, Rhode Island 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
716 takes pride in flicking on the switch and lighting up the world. Visit IB.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here, and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're gonna pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're gonna have people that try to copy you, but they're not gonna do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
Russ Renault back here at Husky Field. HBU with a 2-1 lead here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Matt Murphy still on the mound for the Rams. He will face the heart of the order for the Huskies with 4, 5, and 6 due up. Jake Pulshon, Blake Thomas, and Matt Heck.
Number 40, Jake Pulshon.
Pulshon has no official at-bat today. Sac fly in the first inning gave the Huskies a 2-0 lead at the time. He was hit by a pitch in the third. Takes a big hack at that first pitch and comes up empty. So Pulshon on the day. 1 for 2 in the first game. Walked twice and was hit by a pitch. Takes strike 2 there. Has been on base 5 times. But only has 1 hit today. 0-2 from Murphy. Up and in. And it got him again. Third time Pulshon's been hit by a pitch today.
Catcher number 35, Blake Thomas.
And Rafael Serrato out to argue, saying that Pulshon is standing on top of the plate. A short conversation. That'll bring up Blake Thomas. Runner on at first and nobody out. That was the 80th pitch of the game for Murphy. Thomas squares to bunt, gets it down out in front of the mound. Picked up by Murphy. And throw over to first for the out. Sacrifice bunt for Blake Thomas. Pulshon moves up to second.
Designated hitter number 5, Matt Heck.
That brings up Matt Heck. Matt 0 for 2. Popped up to second to end the first inning. Flat out to left to lead off the fourth. There's a drive to right center, and that is caught by Lee. Well struck by Heck, but hung up in the air for the second out.
Third baseman number
That brings up Elijah Simone. Elijah has struck out twice today. Pulshon the runner at second with 2 outs. And Simone swings and misses at that one. Gets a piece of that one, but found back into the mitt. And Elijah behind in the count now, 0-2. Murphy comes set. Now the pitch. Popped up on the right side and out of play. Now Murphy looks in. Pauses at the chest, and another 0-2 on the way. Now it misses low and outside for ball 1. One-two pitch. Hung up, and Simone fouls it off. Another 1-2. Another foul ball. Another 1-2 and another foul ball by Simone. So Elijah fighting off these pitches from Murphy. Just adding on to his pitch count. So the next one coming up will be number 90. Pitch on the way. Simone drives that one foul on the left side. Murphy sets and the pitch. That one popped up on the left side of the infield. Heiss, the shortstop, moving over towards the third baseline and makes the catch for the third out. Head to the seventh inning, HBU 2, Rhode Island 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Coming to you in Living Cola.
The joy of cola. Pepsi Cola. Pepsi Cola. Jumping, just enjoy the ride. Take your time. Joy of bubbles, joy of fun, joy of Pepsi on your tongue. Greatest taste sensation under the sun.
Refreshing Pepsi Cola from the wonderful folks who put the R in cola.
Pepsi Cola.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
Number 35, Sonny Oleana.
Head to the seventh inning here at Husky Field. Dan Ensley to face Sonny Uliana. Matt O'Neill and Alex Santos here for the Rams. Pitches inside for a ball. Now the 1-0. That misses inside for a ball. Ground ball to third. Simone up with it. The throw over to first is in time for the out. That was the 80th pitch of the game for Dan Ensley. Brings up Matt O'Neill.
Baseman, number 9, Matt
He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to short in the second inning. Walked to lead off the fifth, but was retired on a double play ball by Santos. First pitch is a chopper. Foul on the third base side. Oh, 1 pitch. That one misses outside. It's 1-1. Just low and away. 2-1 the count now on O'Neill. The foul ball down the third baseline. Evening up the count at 2-2. Two-two pitch from Inslee. Slider on the inside corner for a strike. As O'Neill goes down looking. It's the second strikeout of the game for Inslee.
Alex Santos.
Brings Alex Santos to the plate. Swings the first pitch. Slicing foul on the right side. Santos 0 for 2. Grounded out to second base his first time up. That ended the second inning. Then grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the fifth. Talking with third base coach Jim Martin. After that foul ball, put him behind the count 0-1. It's 2 outs and nobody on. HBU with a 2-1 lead over Rhode Island here in the top of the 7th inning. Inslee with a slider for a strike. There's a swing and a miss. Blake Thomas will have to pick it up and throw down to first. That will complete the strikeout, and we head to the 7th inning stretch. HBU 2, Rhode Island 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
We know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Seventh inning stretch here at Husky Field. HBU with a 2-1 lead. Got a new pitcher into the game for Rhode Island. It's going to be right-hander Cam LaFleur. Sophomore left-hander, 6 foot, 185 from Brookline, New Hampshire. So a pretty good outing by Matt Murphy. Gave up 2 runs, none of them earned, on 3 hits with 7 strikeouts and no walks in 6 innings. Gives way to the left-hander here in the 7th inning. So LaFleur into the game. He's making his second appearance of the season. Took a loss last weekend. On opening weekend, he's 0-1, 6.75 ERA. Giving up 1 run on 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and 1.1 innings. So LaFleur building a picket fence with his stat line.
Number 10, Jack Fitzgerald.
So LaFleur will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Huskies here in the 7th inning. Jack Fitzgerald to lead it off. Jack 0 for 2. Flied out to center. in the second inning. Popped up to second in the fourth. Takes strike one here on the inside corner. Pitch swung on and popped on the right side. Santos can't find it, and everybody will run out of room as Hess and Lee both go sliding. They'll both come up empty. So Fitzgerald down in the count, 0-2 to LaFleur. The 0-2 from the left-hander. And a ground ball right back up the middle, knocked down by Hess, but he will not have a play on Fitzgerald. Ball gets by first. So it's going to be a hit for Fitzgerald, an infield single and an error on the second baseman Hess as the ball goes into the dugout.
Shortstop, number 3, Tyler Johnson.
Only the fourth hit of the game for the Huskies. Both teams with 4 hits apiece. 3 errors now on Rhode Island, 2 for HBU. Santos is going to crash in from first base. O'Neill in on the grass at third. Expecting a bunt here from Tyler DePretta Johnson. Tyler 0 for 2, struck out in the second inning. Fouled out to the shortstop in the fifth. Tyler squares to bunt and takes that pitch inside for ball 1. So leadoff infield single for Jack Fitzgerald and goes to second on the throwing error by the second baseman Hess. And Santos is right on top of the batter, Tyler DePretta Johnson. Throw over to second, it's not in time. Santos, the first baseman, is just a few feet away. DePretta Johnson squares the bunt and takes ball 2 high. Signs come from head coach Jared Moon down at third base. Fitzgerald leads away from second. DePretta Johnson to swing away and fouls it back for strike 1. Two and 1 the count, nobody out. Fitzgerald the runner at second. Huskies with a 2-1 lead. LaFleur delivers. DePretta Johnson squared to bunt again and takes another ball high. LaFleur sets. Checks the runner at second. DePretta Johnson squares to bunt, gets it down the third base line. It's a good one. O'Neill picks it up. The throw over to first is in time for the out. Sacrifice bunt for Tyler DePretta Johnson.
The fielder number 14.
Moves Jack Fitzgerald up to third base. Back to the top of the order in Spencer Halloran. Spencer 2 for 3 here in the second game. Led off the game with a single, came around to score. Singled in the third and struck out looking in the fifth. So Spencer, 5 for 7 on the day. And the Rams are going to walk him here. 3 for 4 in the first game with 5 RBIs. 2 for 3 in this game. So Halloran will be intentionally walked, setting up runners on the corners with 1 out for Brandon Brents. Bring up a lefty-lefty matchup. Brents against LaFleur. There's ball 4.
Right fielder number 2, Brandon Brent.
Talking the major leagues about changing the rules to where the intentional walk is no longer going to be where you have to throw the 4 pitches. It'll just come from the dugout that they want to intentionally walk the guy and just give him first base. Going to have a visit out to the mound by head coach Rafael Serrato. See if LaFleur stays in the game. Might just be a strategy session. And it is. He gathers in his infield. So after the intentional walk to Halloran, Fitzgerald at third, Halloran at first. Brent's the left-handed batter facing the lefty pitcher, Cam LaFleur. Head coach Jared Moon talking to Halloran and Fitzgerald, the batter Brents, and the on-deck hitter Joe Van Marter. Huskies leading this one 2-1. Scored 2 unearned runs in the bottom of the first inning, have been shut out since. Rams got an unearned run in the top of the fifth. And that's all we've had. Huskies won the first game of this doubleheader 10-2. The runs have been hard to come by in this one. Now Brent steps up, 1 for 3 today. Singleton scored in the first inning, grounded out the second in the third, reached on an error in the fifth. Takes ball 1 high here from LaFleur. Brents digs in. LaFleur peering in to his catcher Figueroa. Now comes Seth, checks the runner at first, and the 1-0 pitch on the way, taken down and in for ball 2. Brent squared like he was going to bunt and pulled it back. Now ahead in the count 2-0. Here's the 2-0 from LaFleur. Brents gets the bunt down right back to the pitcher, LaFleur. The throw over to first is just inside and off the arm of Santos. I'm going to say that Brandon Brents was inside the baseline. They're going to call him out. Jared Moon is arguing with home plate umpire Phil Bohannon that the pitcher's throw went on the other side of the bag. Brents was actually running where he was supposed to be, but the throw pulled Santos across the bag and not Brents. So now Halloran will have to return to first. And Brents is out on the play on runner's interference. So now it'll be 2 outs and runners on the corners. We're going to have a defensive replacement in the game as Santos is going to come out and McManus will replace him at first base.
Defensive base now is playing first base for the Rams. Number 11, Brett McManus.
So McManus replaces Santos at first. Questionable play over at first base.
29, Joe Van Marder.
As I said, I don't have a replay to look at, but when I saw the naked eye, the throw from LaFleur pulled Santos across the bag. Santos jammed his wrist on Brent's, and Brandon was running outside the baseline. They called him inside the baseline, but nonetheless, 2 outs, runners on the corners, and strike 1 to Joe Van Marder. Joe is 0 for 3, reached on an error in the first with a sacrifice bunt. So no official at-bat there, but struck out his next 2 times up. 0 for 2 today for Joe. Swings and misses, and is down the count 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch misses high. Ball 1 to Van Marder. That pitch is outside, and that'll even the count on Joe. Two-two pitch. Van Marder takes strike 3 on the inside corner, and LaFleur gets out of the jam with a strikeout. We head to the 8th inning. Rhode Island 2, HBU 2, Rhode Island 1. Listen to Huskies baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Whether you're just one person or a big group of 30, you're still a proud Texan. You don't want your highways dirty. So pick up roadside litter with your church group or track team, your business or your book club. Everybody keeps it clean. And when people ask you what you're doing, you can say, I'm going the extra 2 miles for Texas. I'm adopting a highway, end up with blue bonnets or beside a big corn crop. A sunset big as Texas, or a cottontail that hops. So take your stretch of highway and make it look first class. The people will be smiling when their cars and trucks go past. And don't be too surprised if you hear somebody say, thanks for going the extra 2 miles for Texas and adopting a highway. Texas was the first to develop an Adopt a Highway program. Learn how you can adopt at don'tmesswithtexas.org. Brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
Russ Renault back at Husky Field. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Leading off for the Rams be right fielder Jesse Lee and Kevin Heiss and Greg Cavalier. 8-9-1 due up for Rhode Island. Dan Inslee back on the mound. Throws ball 1 to Lee. Lee 0 for 1. Flying out to right in the 3rd inning. Walked and scored in the 5th. Takes that pitch low and away for ball 2. 90th pitch of the game for Inslee. Now the 2-0 pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Like Cody Marshall warming up in the Huskies bullpen. Two-one. It's grounded through the right side and a leadoff base hit for Jesse Lee.
Shortstop, number 1, Kevin Heiss.
Now the batter will be Kevin Heiss. Heiss 1 for 2, flat out to left in the 3rd inning, and singled in the 5th. Runner goes, chopper to first. Pulshon grabs it and steps on the bag for the first out.
Left fielder, number 3, Greg Cavalier.
So back to the top of the order with Cavalier, the batter. A runner at second. Huskies with a 2-1 lead. I got a visit out on the mound by the catcher Blake Thomas, getting all the infielders on the same page. Cavalier 0 for 2. Walked in the 1st inning, struck out to end the 3rd. Grounded out to first in the 6th. First pitch on the way to the left-handed batter, a strike on the outer edge. Inslee sets, checks the runner at second. Now the pitch on the way, misses outside. One pitch. Going outside. Throw down to second. Tyler DePretta Johnson keeps that one from going into center field. 2-1 the count now on Cavalier. The 2-1 from Inslee. And Cavalier takes strike 2. Evens up at the count with 1 out. A runner at second base. The top of the 8th inning. HBU leading Rhode Island 2-1. Two-two pitch. That one's outside. Runs the count full. Payoff pitch to Cavalier. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Inslee. That is the 2nd out here in the 8th inning.
Center fielder, number 6, Mike Foley.
4th strikeout of the day for Dan. Now to bring out head coach Jared Moon. He will be out to make a pitching change. That is going to be it for Dan Inslee. Come back and tell you about the Huskies' new pitcher right after this. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
You
just hit the flavor motherload. Guaranteed delicious. Firehouse subs are packed beyond belief with steaming hot premium meats and cheeses. Starting at only $5.49, it's gourmet subs without the gourmet prices. Just look at our club on a sub. And by look, he means try. Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, melty Monterey Jack, and bacony bacon.
Firehouse subs.
Starting at only $5.49. One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
At Houston Federal Credit Union, we're dedicated to our members, our communities, and now the students, faculty, and employees of Houston Baptist University. From checking and savings accounts to loans, IRAs, money markets, and other financial tools, HFCU is ready to serve the HBU Huskies and their fans. Learn more today. Call 866-OUR-HFCU or log on to houstonfcu.org. Houston Federal Credit Union and the HBU Huskies. That's a doggone good team.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCAA.
So Cody Marshall will come in and try to clean this one up for Dan Inslee. Comes in with a runner on at second base and 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Huskies holding a 2-1 lead. Marshall making his 4th appearance already of the season. He's got a 1-1 record, 5.06 ERA. Given up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks in 5 1/3 innings. Saw Cody in game 1, but it was in a pinch hitting role. Cody came in and delivered RBI double. Later came around to score. So Marshall on the mound to face Mike Foley. Runner at second base is Jesse Lee. Marshall into the stretch. Checks the runner at second. First pitch on the way. So called strike 1. Strike 1. Marshall with the 0-1 pitch and a ground ball to short. Tyler DePretta Johnson backhands it, throws it over to first in time for the out. So Cody Marshall comes in and gets one out. We head to the ninth.
HBU Athletics would like to express their gratitude to Pepsi Memorial.
Excuse me, we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. HBU 2, Rhode Island 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
we know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Head to the bottom of the 8th inning. HBU with a 2-1 lead over Rhode Island. Cam LaFleur is still on the mound for the Rams in his 2nd inning of relief. He'll face Jake Pulshan, Blake Thomas, and Matt Heck here in the 8th inning.
Leading off for the Huskies, the first baseman, number 40, Jake LaShawn.
Jake has no official at-bat in this game. He's been to the plate 3 times. Sac fly and RBI in the first inning. Hit by a pitch in the third. Hit by a pitch in the sixth. Been hit by pitches 3 times in the 2 games today. He's also walked twice. Went 1 for 2 in that first game. Takes strike 1 from LaFleur. The 0-1 to Jake. Misses down low for a ball. The 1-1. That one's on the outside corner for a strike. On the 1-2 pitch from LaFleur. Off the end of the bat. Found off the right side. LaFleur into the windup. Another 1-2 to Pulshan, and he strikes him out.
First entry, catcher, number 35.
Gonna bring up Blake Thomas. Blake has 0 for 3. Struck out in the first inning. Fielder's choice into the third. Swings that pitch and fouls it back. Actually, Blake's 0 for 2. Had the sacrifice bunt back in the 6th inning. Fouls the first pitch off, and it's 0-1. LaFleur winds and deals. Pitch lifted into center. Foley coming in, still coming in. Makes a sliding catch for the second out. That'll bring up Matt Heck. 2 outs and nobody on, bottom of the 8th inning. HBU with a 2-1 lead. Pitch on the way from LaFleur is a breaking ball for a strike. Heck is 0 for 3. Popped up to second in the first inning. Flied out to left in the 4th. Flied out to right in the 6th. The 0-1 on the way. Misses outside to even the count. Curveball, swung on and fouled off, and Heck behind in the count, 1-2. One-two pitch, down and in to even the count at 2-2. Two-two pitch from LaFleur, swung on and spoiled by Heck. Another 2-2 pitch on the way. That one skips in front of the plate and the count goes full. Payoff pitch on the way from LaFleur. Heck swings and fouls that one back. Another 3-2 pitch to Heck. This one popped up on the infield. Second baseman Hess calling everybody off and will make the catch for the third out. We head to the ninth. HBU holding on to a 2-1 lead over Rhode Island. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Excuse me, is that your Diet Pepsi?
Sofia Vergara. Hi, yeah, this is my Diet Pepsi. I love Diet Pepsi.
Do you love every sip?
Nothing is better than drinking a refreshing Diet Pepsi and just reveling in its crisp, delicious taste.
Well, you know what they say. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
So I should set this Diet Pepsi free and wait for it to come back. Then it'll be more delicious than ever. Would you hold my Diet Pepsi for me?
I'd love to.
Thank you. What happens now?
Go, get out of here. It can't come back to you if you're standing next to it.
Thanks, Sophia. I'll wait for you, Diet Pepsi.
The only thing better than an ice-cold Diet Pepsi is a free ice-cold Diet Pepsi.
Love every sip at dietpepsi.com.
Top of the ninth inning here at Husky Field. HBU with a 2-1 lead over Rhode Island. Cody Marshall on the mound trying to close this one out for the Huskies. He'll have to do it. He has a 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Rams. Be Chris Hess, followed by Martin Figueroa and Sonny Uliana. Hess is 1 for 3 today in this second game. Flied out to right in the first inning. Popped up to third in the fourth inning, singled in the sixth. So here to lead it off against Cody Marshall. First pitch swung on and missed, and pitched down and in. Marshall comes set. Now the pitch on the way. Misses low and away for a ball. Marshall with a 1-1 pitch. That one just misses inside, and it's 2-1. So 2-1 the count on Hess. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of the ninth inning. HBU up by 1. Pitch on the way from Marshall. That one's inside, and it's 3-1. Marshall comes set. 3-1 on the way. Hits the inside corner for strike 2 to run the count full. Payoff pitch to Hess. Ground ball to third. Simone back on it. The throw over to first, and Pulshawn is pulled off the bag An error on the third baseman, Simone, puts the leadoff runner on.
Catcher number 22,
Jake tried to stay on the bag. That throw just pulled him off. And the Rams have the leadoff runner on here in the ninth inning, trailing by 1. Simone now in on the grass at third. Figueroa the batter. Takes strike 1, down and in. Figueroa 1 for 3, grounded into an inning-ending double play in the first, singled in the fourth, and grounded out the second to in the sixth. The throw over to first, a close one, but Hess is back in there safely. Another throw over. Hess 1 for 1 on stolen base attempts this season. Here's the 0-1 to Figueroa. Down and in, blocked by Thomas. The throw over to second is not in time. It's a wild pitch on Marshall. Blake Thomas thought that Figueroa interfered with him. So now the count's 1-1. Nobody out, and now the potential tying run at second base. That pitch was down and in. Thomas tried to come up with it and throw down to second. Figueroa was in his way. The home plate umpire, Phil Bohannon, ruled that he did not interfere with the play. Here's the pitch, and on the inside corner for strike 2. Figueroa down to the count 1-2. Hess the runner at second. Marshall looks in. Now comes Seth. Checks Hess at second. 1-2 pitch on the way. And Chopper. Foul on the right side. That's leads away from second. Marshall with the pitch. And a breaking ball in the inside corner for strike 3. Big strikeout for Cody Marshall for the first out on Martin Figueroa.
The designated hitter, number 35, Sonny Oleana.
Brings up Sonny Oleana. He's 0 for 3 in this game. Grounded out to second in the second inning. Fouled out down the right field line for an inning-ending double play in the fourth. Grounded out to third to lead off the seventh. Juliana up here with Chris Hess, the runner at second. 1 out top of the ninth inning. HBU with a 2-1 lead over Rhode Island. First pitch swinging and fouls that one off. Marshall with the 0-1. Juliana with a ground ball to short. Off of Marshall. DePretta Johnson up with it and makes the throw over to first in time for the out. That hit off Cody Marshall. Deflected to DePretta Johnson. Tyler picks it up barehanded and throws it over to Jake Pulshan for the second out. That moves Chris Hess up to third base. That brings up Matt O'Neill. O'Neill 0 for 2. Grounded out to short in the second inning. Walked in the fifth and struck out looking in the sixth. In the seventh inning. First pitch on the way from Marshall. Big swing and a miss by O'Neill. Hess reached on an error to begin the inning. Then Figueroa struck out looking. Hess went to second on a wild pitch. Juliana grounded out. Now Hess is at third with 2 outs. There's a chopper, and that is off the foot of O'Neill. O'Neill behind in the count now, 0-2 to Cody Marshall. HBU with a 2-1 lead in the top of the ninth here at Husky Field. 2 outs and a runner at third. O'Neill will walk it off after fouling that pitch off of his foot. So O'Neill digs back in. Down in the count, 0-2. Marshall sets in the stretch. The pitch is on the way. Low and away. Backhanded by Thomas. That runs the count to 1-2. Marshall in the stretch. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a drive down the left field line, and that's a fair ball. And we are tied up at 2. O'Neill rounding first, on his way to second, and he is out at second base. Trying to stretch that one into a double. But O'Neill does the job, drives in the tying run, and we head to the bottom of the ninth. HBU 2, Rhode Island 2. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
The good news is America is coming back. More jobs, more building, more of what makes our country great. And more cities and towns, more small businesses and big corporations are choosing the highly skilled, highly trained members of the IBEW to do the work. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is committed to doing the job right, on time, safely. America's making a big comeback, and the IBEW is proud to do our part.
At Houston Federal Credit Union, we're dedicated to our members, our communities, and now the students, faculty, and employees of Houston Baptist University. From checking and savings accounts to loans, IRAs, money markets, and other financial tools, HFCU is ready to serve the HBU Huskies and their fans. Learn more today. Call 866-OUR-HFCU or log on to HoustonFCU.org. Houston Federal Credit Union and the HBU Huskies. That's a doggone good team.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCAA.
We go to the bottom of the ninth here at Husky Field. Game now tied up 2-2 after the Rams able to scratch across a run in the top of the ninth. Huskies scored 2 runs in the first inning. URI with a run in the top of the 5th and then 1 in the top of the 9th to tie it up. Chris Hess reached on an error to lead off the 9th inning. Came around to score. RBI single by Matt O'Neill, and he was thrown out at second base, trying to stretch it to a double. So Cam LaFleur still on the mound for URI. Elijah Simone to lead it off. And Jack Fitzgerald and Tyler DePretta Johnson. So Simone up to the plate to lead it off, the freshman third baseman, starting in place of senior Austin Zellweger this game. So LaFleur, the left-hander, his third inning of work here for the Rams. First pitch on the way. A strike to Simone. LaFleur winds and deals. Simone checks his swing. Did not go around. And it's 1-1. One pitch. Misses outside. And Simone ahead in the count now 2-1. Down low for ball 3. So Simone ahead in the count 3-1. LaFleur winds and deals. Swung on and missed. And the count goes full. Three-two pitch, found out of play as Elijah stays alive. Another 3-2 pitch. That one popped up on the infield. Heiss, the shortstop, calling everybody off, and he will make the catch for the first out.
Second baseman, number 10, Jack Fitzgerald.
Now to bring up Jack Fitzgerald. Jack 1 for 3. Flied out to center in the second inning. Popped up to second in the 4th and singled in the 7th. Pitch by LaFleur, swung on and fouled back. That one also fouled back, and Fitzgerald down the count 0-2. Pitch by LaFleur is outside. All 4 of the runs scored in this game have been unearned, including the one in the 9th that tied this one up. The breaking ball misses high to even the count. Three errors on both sides. LaFleur with a 2-2 pitch. And that one's high, and the count's full to Fitzgerald. Now the payoff pitch on the way. Fitzgerald fouls it back. Three-two pitch. Swung on and missed. A strikeout for LaFleur. For the second out here in the ninth.
Shortstop, number 3, Tyler Dakota Johnson.
Brings up Tyler DePretta Johnson with 2 outs and nobody on here in the ninth inning. LaFleur's first pitch is down low for a ball. 50th pitch of the game for LaFleur. DePretta Johnson 0 for 3. Struck out in the second, fouled out in the fifth, grounded out to third in the seventh. There's strike one to DePretta Johnson. Actually, his sacrifice bunt in the seventh inning, so DePretta Johnson 0 for 2. 1-1 pitch on the way. Fouls that one back. LaFleur ahead in the count now, 1-2. Pitch on the way from LaFleur. On the outside corner for strike 3. So we go to extra innings here at Husky Field. Score tied up 2-2. Listening to Huskies baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
At Memorial Hermann, we're many parts working in harmony, performing more brain and spinal surgeries than anyone in Houston, conducting groundbreaking research at our Misher Neuroscience Institute, establishing the region's largest network of certified stroke centers. Some might say this makes for an accomplished performance, but to us, it's all in a day's work. Memorial Hermann. Breakthroughs every day.
But what about you? When you text that really cute guy you met at a party on Friday, and he immediately texts you back, you celebrate with an ice-cold Pepsi. Sounds good, doesn't it?
But why stop there? The refreshing taste of Pepsi is the perfect way to celebrate anything. Like when you and your roommate order a pizza and the delivery guy throws in extra breadsticks no charge. That's worth a Pepsi celebration. Break out the Pepsi.
First extra inning game of the season for HBU. We go to the top of the 10th inning. HBU and Rhode Island tied up 2-2. Cody Marshall back on the mound for the Huskies. It'll be Brett McManus due up for Rhode Island. Be followed by Jesse Lee and Kevin Heiss. First at-bat of the game for McManus came in when Alex Santos was injured at first base. Pitch up and in from Marshall. Pitch down low, and McManus ahead in the count 2-0. McManus started the first game at first base, went 1 for 3 with an RBI. It's a ground ball foul. Extra innings gives us time to go through the Southland Conference scoreboard. Two-one pitch on the way. Up and in, and it hits McManus. That's the third time he's been hit in this series. Leadoff base runner on for the Rams. Central Arkansas defeated Eastern Illinois 6-1 today. New Orleans defeated Troy 3-2 in 13 innings. Central Michigan defeated Incarnate Word 25-5 in San Antonio. Lamar 19-9 over Fairfield. Abilene Christian came back to down North Dakota State 9-1. Rice ahead of Southeastern Louisiana 14-5, bottom of the 8th inning over at Reckling Park. UTSA 14-1 lead over Stephen F. Austin, top of the 9th inning in San Antonio. So now the batter is Jesse Lee. Simone, the third baseman, in on the grass. Bunt is put down and goes foul. Arizona leading McNeese 8-2, top of the 8th inning. UCA defeated Eastern Illinois 8-1, the second game of their doubleheader. Northwestern State on top of Arkansas State 9-3, top of the 8th inning in Natchitoches. Here's the 0-1 to Lee. Gets that bunt down. Thomas fields it, and he will throw it to first, and he's safe. A bunt single for Jesse Lee. Now runners at first and second, nobody out here in the top of the 10th inning.
Shortstop, number 1, Kevin Heiss.
To finish off the scoreboard, Louisiana up on Sam Houston State 4-1, bottom of the 5th inning in Huntsville. Wagner leading Nichols 4-1, top of the 6th inning in Thibodaux. Later on tonight, second game of the doubleheader between Fairfield and Lamar. Central Michigan at Incarnate Word in the second game. Now we're going to have a pitching change by head coach Jared Moon. One more game tonight. Missouri is at Texas A&M Corpus Christi at 6 o'clock. So we'll have a pitching change, come back and tell you about the Huskies' new pitcher. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
We're here talking to one of the fastest growing invasive species in Texas.
Hi, I'm Giant Salvinia, nasty invasive species. I double in size every week.
I understand you destroy Texas lakes and ruin fishing.
Oh yeah, that's my thing.
And that would be why boaters, fishermen, and skiers hate you.
Yep, but they do give me rides from lake to lake.
Folks, Giant Salvinia clings to boats, trailers, and gear, so remove even the smallest piece and put it in the trash.
Don't tell them that!
Hello, Giant Salvinia. Goodbye, Texas lakes. A message from Texas Parks and Wildlife.
International Brotherhood of Electric Workers, Local 716 in Houston, get up for work each day because we believe building schools to code matters. Because building Houston's hospitals correctly saves lives. Because training for 10,000 hours makes a difference. That's why we get up, because we want to make a difference. To be the best, hire the best.
IBEW, where skill and value lock arms. The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
So JT Newton comes into the game for HBU, sophomore right-hander from Bangs, Texas. Bangs High School, Cisco Junior College. 6'1", 210. JT making his third appearance of the year. No record, 2.45 ERA. Does have one save. Gave up one run on 5 hits. 5 strikeouts and 1 walk in 3 2/3 innings. Does have the only save of the season for HBU. So he's in here in a jam in the top of the 10th inning. Score tied up 2-2. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Be facing left-handed batting shortstop Kevin Heiss. Now Heiss comes up to the plate. He is 1 for 3 today. Flied out to left in the 3rd inning. Singled in the 5th. Grounded out to first base in the 8th inning. So McManus at second. Lee, the runner, at first. Newton into the stretch. Now the pitch on the way. Heist shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball one low. Pulshon charging in hard from first. Squares the bunt, pops it up, back to the screen. Count goes to 1-1. So Newton looks in. Pulshon creeping in from first. Now the 1-1 pitch. Bunted to Pulshon. The throw over to third is in time for the force out. Good play by Jake to get the force out of McManus at third.
Left fielder number 3, Greg Cavalier.
So now Lee, the runner at second, Heist at first. After the fielder's choice, the first out in the top of the 10th inning. Back to the top of the order and Greg Cavalier. Cavalier 0 for 3. Walked in the first inning, struck out in the third. Grounded out the first in the sixth, struck out in the eighth. Pitch down low from Newton for ball one. Newton sets, checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. Misses inside for ball two. Newton's 2-0 pitch. Down low for ball three. So 2 on, 1 out, top of the 10th inning. And a 3-0 pitch on the way. It is down the middle for strike one. Three-one pitch to Cavalier. Hits the outside corner, and the count's now full. Three-two count, 1 out, 2 on. Runners go. Chopper towards first. Pulshon will race to the bag and get Cavalier. The runners move up on the ground out.
Center fielder.
Runners at second and third for Mike Foley. 2 outs now in the top of the 10th. Foley's 1 for 4. Singled in the first inning. Reached on an error in the fourth. Flied out to center in the 6th inning and grounded out to short to in the 8th. Newton comes set. Now the first pitch is in there for a strike. A swing and a miss. Newton ahead in the count now, 0-2. JT peers in. Now comes set. 0-2 on the way. On the inside corner, a called strike 3. JT Newton comes in and saves the day. Came in with 2 runners on and nobody out. and it holds the Rams scoreless here in the 10th inning. We head to the bottom half. HBU 2, Rhode Island 2. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
Go to the bottom of the 10th inning here at Husky Field. Cam LaFleur still on the mound for Rhode Island. This will be his 4th inning of work. He will face the top of the order for HBU, Spencer Halloran, Brandon Brents, and Jovan Martyr. So Cam LaFleur, the left-hander. Matt Murphy went 6 innings for the Rams, gave up the 2 unearned runs in the first inning, shut the Huskies out for the next 5, struck out 7. LaFleur has shut the Huskies out on 1 hit over the last 3 innings. Daniel Ensley started for HBU, gave up 1 unearned run in 7 2/3 innings. Cody Marshall then came in, gave up 1 unearned run in 1 1/3 innings. JT Newton got all 3 outs in the top of the 10th inning after Marshall put the 2 leadoff runners on. Halloran takes strike 1 from LaFleur. Spencer, 2 for 3 today. Takes that pitch high for ball 1. Singleton scored in the first inning, singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, intentionally walked in the 7th. LaFleur with a 1-1 pitch, and Spencer with a base hit to left field to lead it off here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Spencer Halloran 3 for 4 here in Game 2 after a 3 for 4 day, a 5 RBI performance in Game 1. Now to bring up Brandon Brents. Brandon has a single today in this game. Third baseman O'Neill creeping in. Brandon shows bunt and fouls it back. Pitch on the way from LaFleur. Down in the dirt. Gets away from Figueroa. Blocks it. The throw down to second is not in time. Halloran slid early, but the throw is on the other side of the bag and just gets in there on the wild pitch. 1-1 the count now on Brents. Spencer Halloran down at second base. The ball didn't skip away from Figueroa that far, but it went up the third baseline. Halloran got a little bit of a late jump on it. The throw from Figueroa went on the other side of the second base bag. Figueroa is going to need to get a new mask after that play. Tosses that one into the dugout. So while they wait for the equipment change, Figueroa now making his way back to home plate. Brandon Brent's about to dig in. Spencer Halloran on at second base. Led off with a single, went to second on the wild pitch. Huskies and Rams tied up 2-2, bottom of the 10th inning here at Husky Field. Corner infielders are in. Expecting a bunt from Brents. Squares around, gets it down the third baseline. It's going to be a foul ball. Stayed fair just for a second, then took a left turn. Now it's 1-2 on Brents. So Halloran the runner at second. Brent's at the plate. Down in the count, 1-2. Nobody out. Bottom of the 10th. Here's the pitch from LaFleur down low to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. LaFleur peers in. Comes set, checks Halloran at second. There's a throw over to second, into the back of Halloran. So Spencer Halloran had picked up the ball after it hit him in the back, and Rafael Serrano is going out to argue that Halloran shouldn't have been able to pick up the ball. Rafael Serrano goes out to argue about a lot of things, though. So 2-2 the count, nobody out. Halloran at second, Brent's the batter. Floor into the stretch. Now the pitch on the way. Low and outside for ball 3. Count full on Brent's. LaFleur with a 3-2 pitch. Low and away for ball 4. So now that'll bring up Joe Van Marter. Head coach Jared Moon running through the signals over at third base. Spencer Halloran at second. Brandon Brents at first. Tied up 2-2, bottom of the 10th inning. Here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Huskies won the first game 10-2. First baseman McManus in. Van Marter squares to bunt, pulls it back and takes ball 1. So the third baseman, O'Neill, even with the bag. And McManus is the one who's trying to field the bunt. Now O'Neill moves in on the grass. Van Marter squares the bunt, gets it down the third baseline. O'Neill fields it with the bare hand, throws over to first in time to get Van Marter. But the sacrifice bunt moves the runners into scoring position. Joe doing his job.
First baseman number 40.
Gets the sacrifice bunt down. Moving runners to second and third with one out here in the bottom of the 10th inning. URI's head coach Rafael Serrato is coming out to the mound. Been no signal to the bullpen yet, but now there it is. So we'll have a new pitcher here for the Rams. Come back and tell you all about it right after this break. You're listening to HBU Baseball on the Huskies Sports Network.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris.
We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs. The last thing anyone needed was another sub shop.
They needed a better one.
We built Firehouse Subs on quality and quantity.
And I'm the quality.
Why am I quantity?
Are you kidding?
Try our hook and ladder sub.
Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese.
Yeah, all served steaming hot on a toasted sub roll. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree,
it's free.
On him.
It's on him.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Is it time to buy your first or next car? Let Houston Federal Credit Union help. Their super low rates and easy payment terms can save you a lot of money. Plus, their fast approval will put you behind the wheel of your dream car in no time. Stop by their office near campus at 6808 Bentliff Drive or visit them online at houstonfcu.org and let them help you get the very best deal on your new or pre-owned car or truck. Experience a better way of banking at Houston Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of HBU.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCAA.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
So a new pitcher on the mound for URI here in the bottom of the 10th inning is Tyler Bars. Junior right-hander, 5'10", 220 from New Boston, New Hampshire, Goffstown High School. Bars on the season, making his third appearance. No win-loss record, 0.00 ERA, one save. No runs, no hits, has walked one in 1 1/3 innings. Bars got the save in yesterday's series opener, coming in and walked one in the 9th inning. He's facing Jake Pulshon here with runners at second and third. Huskies and Rams tied up at 2. One out, bottom of the 10th inning. Infield is in for URI. Barr's first pitch misses high to Pulshon. Jake is 0 for 1, has a sac fly, has been hit by a pitch twice and struck out. Halloran at third and Brent's the runner at second. The 1-0 to Pulshon, squares the bunt, gets it down to Bars, can't get it out of his glove, and the Huskies win the game on a walk-off bunt single by Jake Pulshon. Spencer Halloran comes home, and the Huskies win it by a score of 3-2. So what an exciting way to finish this one is Jake Pulshon with a bunt that scores Spencer Halloran from third. The Huskies pull this one out in 10 innings. We'll come back and wrap this one up in 60 seconds. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Coming to you in Living Cola.
The joy of cola. Pepsi Cola. Pepsi Cola. Jumping, just enjoy the ride. Take your time. Joy of bubbles, joy of fun, joy of Pepsi on your tongue. Greatest taste sensation under the sun.
Refreshing Pepsi Cola from the wonderful folks who put the R in cola.
Are you a graduate of Houston Baptist University? Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
Russ Renault back on the HBU Baseball postgame show. It's going to be a short one. It's been a long day, this doubleheader, but the Huskies sweep it. Took the first game 10-2. Had to do a lot more work in the second game. A 3-2 10-inning victory, a walk-off win for HBU. In the second game, Spencer Halloran goes 3 for 4, just as he did in game 1. He scored a pair of runs, including the game winner. Brandon Brents 1 for 4, scored a run. Jake Pulshon 1 for 2, drove in a pair, including the game winner. For the Rams, offensively, Jesse Lee going 2 for 3 and scoring a run. Matt O'Neill driving in a run for the Rams. No extra base hits on either side. Both pitching staffs did an outstanding job. JT Newton gets the win. He goes to 1-0. He came in the 10th inning with runners on first and second, nobody out, and held the Rams scoreless. Dan Inslee, a no decision. 1 unearned run, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, gave up 5 hits in 7 2/3 innings for the Huskies. Matt Murphy, the starter for the Rams, also a no decisions, 2 unearned runs, 3 hits in 6 innings. He struck out 7 and didn't walk anybody. Cam LaFleur takes a tough loss. He goes to 0-2, gives up 1 run on 2 hits with 4 strikeouts and 2 walks in 3 1/3 innings. We will come back tomorrow for the series finale between the Huskies and the Rams. Huskies trying to win the series, this 4-game set, and the Rams trying to tie it up and go home to Rhode Island with a series split. So hope the Huskies can keep them from doing that. We will start with a 12:30 first pitch tomorrow, Sunday afternoon. We will start right here on the Legacy Sports Network and YouTube. You can watch on YouTube, listen on Legacy Sports. Go to HBUHuskies.com for either one. And I will begin with the pregame show at 12:15 in the afternoon tomorrow. So we hope everybody can come out. Hope it's another beautiful day here at the ballpark. And this has been a great day, a doubleheader sweep for HBU. 10-2 and 3-2 in 10 innings. This has been Russ Renault bringing you today's doubleheader from Husky Field. You've been listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network and watching on YouTube.